fight. So yeah. Yeah, so we're about to play some Madden. My game's not fully downloaded. Let me show you. As you see, 28%. I don't have everything yet. But I'm just gonna be playing a bunch of AFC and NFC football, so I could get used to the game and
Hello, everyone. It's the coach. Welcome. All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They go play fake. Mahomes. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. Time for a check of the starting offensive unit here for the AFC.
It's not often we start a game talking about an offensive lineman, but with Quentin Nelson, I absolutely have to do that. The rookie out of Notre Dame transformed not only an offensive line in 2018, he transformed an offense. In fact, he was the only guard ever named Rookie of the Month, and he did so in October of last year.
9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. And the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
Killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Fletcher Cox, the Eagles All-Pro, there to make the tackle. Charles, this the 2019 Pro Bowl. The AFC's won both games that have been played here in Orlando since they moved it here. Both have been competitive, 20-13 2 seasons ago, and then last year in 2018 it was 24-23 the final.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, Travis Kelce, Lorenzo Alexander were the game MVPs, offense and defense respectively. And then last year, Delaney Walker of the Titans, their tight end, he won it on offense, and Von Miller of the Broncos won it on defense.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10. As they've got things round, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the AFC in possession of the football to start quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Get down, boy.
No gain on the dump off at second down. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents thinking about where they might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
But there's almost no doubt about the play call there on third down and long. You figure they're going to throw the football. I've got to give a little credit to the offense for taking a little bit of a chance there, running the draw, hoping to catch them off guard, but the defense was ready.
Myers' kick is good. And the AFC on the board first. It's 3-0.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through this time in the Pro Bowl.
This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. On first and 10, here's Breeze. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. On first down, Breeze. He completes it to Julio Jones. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Breeze, one of the best ever in these situations as he's trying to get his guys set. For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination, though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play till he's 60.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 19 yards that time for number 19. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just
Get off
attacking
me!
right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. The NFC offense heads out to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance? A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams, and they take possession.
Can we just see this really quick?
You've done a lot in this car.
Can anybody tell me why my hands do his freaking nipple, bro?
Boyfriend, made up, broke up again.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot. And yes, the clutch sticks, the brake squeak. There's kiwi watermelon lip balm stuck in an air vent. Some might say your car is past
That
its
is
prime.
bullshit.
But this
But
past
okay.
its prime
We're gonna
car is
win
the
this game, bro.
Ball and have it at the 36-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Well, we've talked about this game being hosted here in Orlando, and you and I are quite familiar with this place.
Out as well.
Now Mahomes looking downfield for, and that's caught.
Ow!
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Travis Kelce, 61 yards. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots, and that shot paid off.
he understood, I don't know if it's instinctively, if he did his homework, that you do take your shots, as you said, in this game because the payoff is terrific. We will remember how many touchdown passes you throw. I don't think we ever recall how many interceptions you throw in a game like this.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. And now running right through it. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. Looking downfield for Jones. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz.
Captain, what the fuck?
Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
The NFC's pretty bad.
He's had a throw. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
This is the Rams' Todd Gurley, his 3rd Pro Bowl in 4 seasons. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's the NFC with the lead and the football as we start the 4th. It's the NFC with the lead and the football as we start the 4th. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. And he...
$29. Okay, we're almost there. Playing as the AFC. We're gonna do 5-minute quarters this time. Yeah, we'll do 20 seconds. Yeah.
It's the coach. Welcome to EA Sports coverage of the...
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Come on, girly.
Here's a carry for James Conner of the Steelers.
Girly! Peter would have broke that tackle.
But now they'll have some options on second and short.
I know the toss play begins with a guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They'll run on first down. It's Conner. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Mahomes now to throw, escaping the pressure right. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now they'll throw with Mahomes, forced out to his left. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 22. A glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And brought in by the tight end Cook. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first
Let's
and
go.
goal.
Down. Set. Hut. Hut. Hike. Hike. So hut.
Working from the gun, Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Let's go, team. Down to hut. To hut. Hut.
Mahomes going to throw. Rolling to his left. And he
Touchdown, baby.
Touchdown AFC. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the AFC takes it all the way down the field to score on their opening drive. So the AFC, they won the Pro Bowl the last couple of seasons and off to another good start here.
Yeah, how about that? The first touchdown of this game.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake.
Oh my God.
He's not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you don't like that call on the opening drive of the game.
It's a very strong limb that you're out on right now. Okay, look. The game between college and the NFL continues to creep closer, but that is
They're nailing it. They're nailing it.
College play, not an NFL play. Because you'd snap the ball from the 3-yard line there, whether it's going for 1 or going for 2. So it makes sense to try it that way to maybe fake it. In this case,
Doing
from 15,
zone Tampa.
makes 0 sense.
And now your lead's just 6-0 instead of 7-0.
He's coming up the middle.
Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the leading rusher in the league, Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys, his 2nd Pro Bowl. He was taken down by the Texans' Jadeveon Clowney. Here's the cream of the crop offensively, the starting unit for the NFC.
And coming off the season, which saw him set career highs across the board, is tight end Zach Ertz, who's been around for a little while, but continues to improve in every facet. In fact, last year, he set the record for catches in a season by a tight end with 116, and he thinks that he can match that number or surpass it this season.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's NFC football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out.
Shotgun.
Shotgun now for Breeze. It's caught. Jones. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. NFC South to NFC South. Breeze to Julio Jones for a 1st down. Well, he was so good throwing the football on 3rd down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at something during, as you said, during the regular season, so what if it's with a bunch of guys you're unfamiliar with? It's 3rd down, he finds a way to convert.
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A nice carry there of 15 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he works it past the 30.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go get something to eat.
And I could never see you, and now the sky don't look so blue in a world without you.
Put a hole in a nigga like SpongeBob, Your niggas rock bottom at the bus stop, Yo bitch a cum bucket, I'm at the chum bucket, that is my workshop, Bitch kiss my Scooter nose, this ain't a mistletoe, but I got her little camel to wet. She wanna fuck on me, she wanna suck on me like Scooter blowing on his clarinet. I do not finesse no bitches, no, I fuck her once and I'm dipping, yes, I'm thugging on her like Scottie Pippen, ayy, you can't photo the shit I'm sipping, ayy, bitch I'm a star just like Patrick, ayy, ball like I play for the Magic, hey, y'all want the sauce, y'all like plantain, no kidding, after I fuck her, she fainted, I'm sitting, please tell your girl we not dating, her bikini bottom is gone and she wasted, I'm lady, you finesse, that's cool, boy, I passed that bitch to you, what you mean, rockin' Jordan shoes, your shit pay less, fake ass food, Dollar Tree, call God, squad speed, question crap, great word songs, I ain't into that, call God, squad speed, question crap, great word songs, I okay, crusty crab pizza for you and me, I flip them pots like it's USC, yo bitches chasing my chocolate, bitch, and I spit on the got away, please don't forget my cup chick, look my no hands, this ain't all stick, I finesse your bitch, no I didn't, I just fuck little nigga, she gon' swallow kids, that's your girl, you out of luck, little nigga.
The fuck's going on? I got a new single coming out next October, it's about to drop out this pants, it's called Squibbers Nose, bitch.
And yeah, I went to Sandy Cheeks house, that bitch was chasing my nuts, my nigga, that bitch was gobbling shit.
Smoking good.
Yeah. Spotlight, moonlight, nigga, why you tripping? Get your Mariah. Sure to look good in the moonlight. All these pussy niggas so bad, man. Spotlight, moonlight, nigga, why you tripping? Get your Mariah. Sure to look good in the moonlight. All these pussy niggas so bad, man. Spotlight, moonlight, nigga, why you tripping? Get your Mariah. Sure to look good in the moonlight. All these pussy niggas so bad, man. Spotlight, moonlight.
Almost to the 25.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
It's complete to Jones. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he finds his tight end, it's Ertz. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said,
And he was scored. Touchdown from 3 yards out. And his guys are an extra. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Back out is the AFC offense. Well, we can continue to talk Pro Bowl as we go along, but let's talk a little Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53, 1 week from today over in Atlanta, New England taking on the Rams. Time for your Super Bowl prediction, CD. What do you think?
Well, everyone thinks defense when they think the New England Patriots, but in the time that they've had their head coach and their quarterback, Tom Brady, guess what? They're the #1 offensive team in the NFL. And you know the Rams are high flyers as well. So that tells me that this Super Bowl, low scoring. It's going to be a total anomaly. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 13-10 final score, going totally opposite what it should be.
Wow, I'm going to completely disagree. I see high scoring, maybe 51-44, something like that. The two punters, so Johnny Hecker and Ryan Allen, don't even show up to this one.
Johnny Hecker might throw a touchdown pass because you know the Rams like to fake it when he's on the field.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes going deep for Hopkins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And he finds his Chiefs teammate, Travis Kelce. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. On 1st down, Connor still on his feet. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So we've reached halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with the NFC on. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The NFC offense heads out to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Breeze now on first down. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. A gain of 6 there on first.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Breeze now. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Caught by Jones. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On the counter, Gurley. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. The defense is saying, okay, now that's more like it.
Yeah, we hear from coaches all the time how they preach a next play mentality. Doesn't matter whether the previous one was good or bad. You move on to the next one. But we just saw evidence of that happening right there.
Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming. Now Breeze on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Geno Atkins got home that time. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have a bit of nickname after something like that, some big jelly or something like that.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points.
The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And able to rip off a...
And that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On first down, Mahomes. Complete the tight end, Kelsey. And they'll get this down to the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Mahomes to throw. Flush to his right. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that gets them back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And it is gobbled up by the NFC. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
J.J. Watt of the Texans there on the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
There's Breeze. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Breeze to Adam Thielen for an NFC first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Ready, 95, 56. 55. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And he will find his Saints teammate Michael Thomas complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face a 3rd down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Breeze. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And this will be a touchdown. In for the score. And the AFC has retaken the lead.
What a drive by the offense. Able to take it downfield and score with 2 minutes to go in the game. Now they're in a position to win it.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. A 2nd-time Pro Bowler here. This is the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
We got this.
They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. He's back to throw. Thomas has got it, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Back to throw. And that one's complete to Gurley. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. Deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big gain of 31 on third down. Bree's going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. To throw is Breeze. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Back to throw. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the NFL timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. Now Breeze. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosazon to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't.
Aldrich Rosas of the Giants has the honors as we get underway in the NFL Pro Bowl. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Able to spin free. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The AFC heading out on offense, and leading him is number 15 from the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, in his first ever Pro Bowl.
Get your tux, get your best suit. Let's head to the red carpet. NFL Honors is coming up, and he will be the heavy favorite to be the NFL MVP. And let's face it, we'll see him here at the Pro Bowl many times to come in future years.
Yellow, yellow. There's a line.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Now he's going to take a shot right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Time for a check of the starting offensive unit here for the AFC.
The play and production of tight end Travis Kelce demands that we talk about him even more. Not only is he now a perennial all-pro and Pro Bowl type player, he's one of those guys that makes defenses adjust each and every time he's on the field. And while they do that, he still finds ways to beat them downfield.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. And an alley to run. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
How many times do we hear from coaches, get north and south as a runner, especially in short yardage situations? I'd say 3rd and 1 count.
And look here, it's an opening drive fake, but he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Ready? Yellow lady.
On first down, Breeze. Ertz has it left side. And touchdown! Zach Ertz, 30 yards. And the NFC has taken the early lead. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game. And, of course, we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know, though, that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy, even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you wore out your voice in that one, talking about all the touchdowns that were scored.
I would love to see 63 or more, though, I got to tell you. All about offense in this thing.
Pro Bowl offense. Let's go.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now Mahomes to the right side to Eric Ebron. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Mahomes now on first down, escaping the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mahomes going to throw. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Mahomes to throw once more. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Could Keep his feet in. Second down. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
The previous play is under review.
The tight end, the ball carrier, intended for Travis Kelce, incomplete.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
That's complete. It's Gordon. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. At the end of one, it's a close game here early on. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's Kelce on the ground. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The AFC thus far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He can run for it, and he will. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush.
And he will score. Touchdown AFC from 19 yards away. And the AFC is an extra point away from tying this game up. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch. And he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense for the NFC back out there. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 59 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
11 yards for number 11.
You had to figure they'd try and get the ball to Julio early, and they did it right there. And it doesn't take a degree from MIT to know that, so you had to figure, what's up with the defense? You should know that that's coming right away.
The one running back is Gurley. Breeze going to throw. Now Breeze lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because This is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Breeze to throw on second down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the NFC has taken the lead. Great play, but admittedly, the tackling in the Pro Bowl, Charles, not always the best.
I would say that they're not quite as committed to getting a guy on the ground in the Pro Bowl as maybe during the regular season and, of course, in the playoffs. But still, heck of an individual effort there on that run.
Rosas good with the extra point. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Patrick Mahomes in the AFC ready to go on offense. His feet, what he's been able to do individually running the ball, it's kind of kept him in this game.
No doubt about it.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now here's Mahomes looking for Kelp, and this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They give him a gain of 38. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Mahomes now to throw. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 27 yards. And the AFC is an extra point away from tying this game up. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now Breeze. And it's a fumble. And that's picked up by the AFC. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The AFC offense making their way back out, and they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do.
And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. On play action, it's Mahomes. That is caught inside the 5. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Sometimes it's design, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg, eluding the pressure right. And he will score. It's a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the AFC has broken this tie.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Breeze now on first down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Breeze now on first down. Caught by the tight end Ertz. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Breeze. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere you looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bad play.
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. That'll bring up 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Caught by Jones. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Well, sometimes it doesn't appear like much. The out route can be very dangerous when you throw it to a guy like Julio Jones. If you try and undercut it, he can turn into a big play. But the reason he's able to get it so often is because of his ability to push people deep, and they have to respect that.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. To throw, it's Breeze. Now the Pro Bowl kicker, Aldrich Rosas. Last year, he hit one from 57. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. So we are at halftime. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The NFC offense heads out to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On second down, here's Breeze. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense, because you've got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, they'll give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away.
Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 57 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time.
And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the AFC adds on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now
y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist. You know they came from the bottom and now we was lit. You was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They Ella they made us,
Guys, I'm not gonna have the mic on. I'm gonna plug it because I'm gonna play against my dad. So it's still gonna be a stream, but no mic.
since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked, long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick, then hit with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things pull out the VIP. Suck to a nut, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Ready, yellow lady.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC.
Yes, I do.
But for the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Year 1, it was Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders as captains. Year 2, Michael Irvin and Chris Carter. And then in year 3, Michael Irvin again matching up against Jerry Rice.
And one common denominator, every single one of those guys with a gold jacket, all of them in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So they didn't ask you and I to be the captains and make the picks. And by the way, the playmaker, Michael Irvin, went 2-0. And you know I heard all about that.
They give him 12 yards and a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep for the AFC, the Jets' Andre Roberts. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. First carry for James Conner. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play. We mentioned the history of this game, the Pro Bowl. Of course, for many folks our age, the Pro Bowl always meant a trip to Hawaii. You know, they held it there from 80 till 09, and again for a handful of years in this decade before the last 3 being here in Orlando.
And there's something to be said, no doubt about it, for getting to go to Hawaii. Imagine being named a Pro Bowler and going home and telling your family, we're headed to Hawaii for a vacation. But think about going to Orlando, especially if you've got kids. All the theme parks, all the great things to do, plus not nearly as long a flight no matter where you come from in the United States. I think it's a big deal and a good thing to have it here in Orlando.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Mahomes now on first down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the AFC in possession of the football to start quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. To throw, it's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Flush to his right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. It was the veteran safety, Malcolm Jenkins, who got a hand in there to disrupt it.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
The pass on first down. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run with the Rams' Todd Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Breeze. Dancing. Now Breeze lost the football. And that's picked up by the AFC. And he's into the clear. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Now Mahomes. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down at the 28.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Here's Connor. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to...
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. We talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Outside defense.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Shot before half for Breeze. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play. Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The AFC offense now set to start this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here. And they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not. Payoff. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero. the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
This pass. The hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right, and that game was played out in L.A. in the same stadium where the L.A. Rams currently play. And back then, they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27. MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham, nickname Automatic.
To throw is Rodgers. Looking deep for Julio. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
On is Aldrick Roses for the NFC field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
Now Brady is going to float this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Look. Like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the NFC is going to get the football back in excellent field position. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Mahomes throwing on second down. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Mahomes now on first down. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a third and short, 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Mahomes going to throw. Steps away. He can run for it, and he will. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. It's the AFC with the football and the lead as we begin quarter number 4. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
On second down now, it's Connor. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Throwing is Rodgers, and incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
Thielen with his first catch, and it's a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
It'll go as a 9-yard loss on the play. And it's second down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. He's got a man. Complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
He's back to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Back to throw. Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. Rodgers to throw. Flushed out right. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Back out is the AFC offense. And one thing you'd like to see in a Pro Bowl, a competitive contest. We've got that just like the last 2 seasons. A one-score game as we play here in the fourth.
What I'd love to know, what's the discussion on the sidelines of both teams right now? Because, you know, it's an exhibition-type game. But as you said, as competitive as it is now, these guys are going to want the win. There may be some guys who sub some guys out trying to get back on the field and trying to help their team win down the stretch.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Now it's Rodgers. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects.
This is caught inside the 15.
Pass interference. Defense.
So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play, so it might as well not even have the penalty.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Rodgers throwing here. And it's incomplete. He's still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So it's the NFC that comes away with a victory here in this Pro Bowl matchup.
Hey guys, I just fucking lost my dad. It was his first ever game, and this bitch won. That's so bullshit. I say that's beginner's luck right there.
Who y'all niggas trying to mess with now, motherfuckers? Nigga, you trying to get shot? Nigga, you trying to get shot, nigga? Nigga, you trying to get shot? Dude, the paper ball actually might shoot out. You trying to mess with now, little niggas? No quema mi chuca cut. No quema mi chuca cut.
Entering settings screen, you have 18 options. Menu narration option is set to office selected.
I feel so bad whoever had to do that job. Okay, well I'll be back guys in like 75 hours.
I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bump it. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what?